is a show where we explore the collapse of society by playing fun tabletop role-playing games. I'm your host, Stu Masterson, and I'm joined by one Skellington and one Skettleton.
I know what I want to be.
What are you? I'll let you pick.
I want to be a Skellington.
A Skellington.
Yes, which makes you a skettle.
Skettleton?
A Skettleton.
I'm a Skettleton?
Yes. Yeah.
That means I skettle about.
ABC, always be Skettling.
I don't think that's a C, is it?
Always be Skettling.
Skettling. I like that.
So Skellington is like an old word for skeleton. Also popularized by the character Jack Skellington in A Nightmare Before Christmas. And Skettleton is how Stu misspells skeleton when he's trying to learn how to write software.
That is correct. Would you like to introduce yourself, Judas?
Sure. I am Judas, also known as Brady, the player of Book McCready, a guy with a pun name, Book McCready. Just stew on that for a little bit.
Stu.
It's a pretty clever name, if you ask me. I'm a fan. Book McCready is kind of a manic and crazed detective type who is trying to solve the mysteries of his past and also kick the butt of TikTok's viewership algorithm, at least. That was not a very good intro.
That was wonderful. I loved it.
And I am Jake Skettleton.
Nailed it.
And I play Ocean, a gentle giant who... Oh, God.
Who are you anymore?
I don't know.
You are also
really
trying to solve the mysteries of your past.
That's true. But I play Ocean, a gentle giant who very much does not want to audition for a psychotic AI's acting program.
Well, bad news. No, I'm kidding. You don't have to do it.
No, because we're going to destroy the damn tower before the deadline.
Well, as always, this week we have a BuzzFeed Presents Apocalypse provided by our very own Jacob Cecil.
So I think this is a question that is it's very basic on a surface level, but I think it says a lot about a person on a deep level. And I think through this one very simple question, we're going to learn a lot more about our characters and Stu.
Wonderful.
And that question is, what is your favorite food?
Before you answer, remember, assume the knowledge that you have tasted every food ever. Like, what would his favorite food be?
Let me look up the name because I know what I call it, but I know that's not technically what it's actually called.
Pig cum.
So I'll say what I call it and what Ocean probably calls it, but I'll say what it's actually called. I think Ocean's favorite food is what I affectionately referred to as a child as chicken on a stick. And that is yakitori.
Ah, yes. From Chinese buffets.
Chinese, Japanese, all those places have it.
Chicken on a stick goes hard.
Yeah, it's grilled chicken marinated in some delicious sauces, put on a stick that you just eat. I think Ocean, he both likes the flavor of it, but he also just really enjoys having that chicken on a stick and eating it off the stick. It's a fun manner of consuming food.
I agree. It's like a turkey leg at Disney World.
Yeah.
Both of those are two of the worst things. Chicken on a stick I do eat, but it is literally the only thing drier than the chicken on a stick is the actual dangerous piece of wood that is ready to puncture the back of your throat.
That is exactly correct.
That's good. Chicken on a stick is actually very tender and delicious, though.
Yeah.
But that piece of wood will always stab you in the throat.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Deep throat your chicken on a stick. Beware.
Yeah, I always try to eat it in one bite. I don't know why they sharpen the end. Why don't they make that side dull?
I don't know. I mean, you are choosing to eat from that side.
It's true. You can choose just not to eat from the pokey side.
That is 100%
But I always eat
you.
it from the pokey side. This is why Brady is the smartest of all of us. Here, Stu and I are complaining about always getting stabbed by our chicken on a stick, and then Brady's just like, just don't eat the pokey side.
To be
and
fair,
that blew my mind.
The pokey side is dirty because it's the side that they push through the chicken. So if you don't want like chicken crumbs on your fingers, it'd be harder.
That's true.
And also the flat side still hurts if you jam it down your throat.
Speak for yourself.
All right. Listen, folks. Angry Brad is back. If Book had a favorite food, I was originally going to be like, he would love the mystery flavored Airheads.
Those are pretty good, though.
Because he's a detective and he would just always want to know like what the next flavor would be. And so he'd eat a million of them. But then I was like, no, like he spent his life like in an apocalypse eating like beef jerky and like mushrooms and just whatever could grow underground. If Book got an airhead in his mouth, he would think it was the most disgusting thing he'd ever tasted. So I really think Book's favorite food would be like a fresh baked potato with like shredded cheese and sour cream and some bacon, some pancetta sprinkled on it, and that would just be like the ultimate food for someone who lived their life in an apocalypse.
I think that is a very good answer too. I'm a little hungry now.
Yeah, that does make me very hungry.
I'm sorry to break it to you, Jacob, but this is a terrible question for me because I just like every food pretty much.
It's not a question I can easily answer either.
Yeah.
Stu, I can answer this question for you.
You're going to say burritos.
I'm going to say specifically Bandito burrito.
Yes.
I was just about to say Bandito burritos mean green burrito, right?
I do like the green one. I used to get one green and one red, and I'd call it my Christmas order, and it was perfect. But honestly, I kind of like every food. I like sushi a lot, but I will say, I guess my food take, if you had to try to get to the root of me, is I think every food should and could be in burrito or dumpling form, and the world would be a much better place.
Yeah.
Self-contained.
Yeah.
What about like a burrito, a dumpling-sized burrito?
That would fill all my dreams. I'll be honest with you.
I would prefer a bunch of little dumplings that had burrito ingredients in them that I could eat with chopsticks.
Call me crazy, but I think the big burrito is overrated. It's messy. It's a pain to eat. Yeah. You're always full most of the way through before you get like even a third of the way through it. It's just so many things wrapped in an awkward package.
If your burrito's so big that you have to eat it with a fork and a knife, I'm out.
Yeah.
I still do it. I love it. I'll eat all of it. But like to me, that's more of like a patty of self-contained, like, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like a burrito for me is something I can hold in my hand and eat.
The benefit of a dumpling-sized burrito that you just eat would be that every single one you eat has that perfect mix of meat, beans, cheese,
exactly,
all the other the lettuce, tomato,
that's a dream,
sour cream, whatever you put in there.
Yeah,
it's all perfectly portioned rather than just taking a bite and that one's all avocado and taking another bite. No, that's all meat. You never get that perfect bite when you're having a giant burrito.
So we're gonna take the taquito business by storm, and we're gonna start putting out what do we call them? Dumpitos.
Dumpitos. That sounds bad.
It does, but I'd eat it.
I agree with everything you guys just said, but I don't think you're taking my position extreme enough, where I'm saying I think a peanut butter and jelly sandwich should be a burrito instead. And instead of eating spaghetti, you should be able to eat a little dumpling that has spaghetti in it.
So
I mean, that would be pretty dope. I'll be for it.
Would the spaghetti not take the place of so I guess my question is, would you just make a dumpling that's like a knot of spaghetti?
No, it would still be in fried dough.
Okay.
Or steamed dough. It depends on the food.
Okay.
That's your only new choice you have to make when you make anything is it steamed or fried?
For me, like I would prefer the encasing. That the reason I said burrito size dumpling is I think I prefer the casing of the burrito to the casing of the dumpling. Like a fried dumpling is obviously delicious, but it's a lot of carbs.
That's a tough call.
And if you could proportionally scale down the size of a burrito so it's still proportionally everything's like in the same ratio, but make it the size of a dumpling, I think that would be just a premier way to eat just about anything.
Tortilla filled with nachos and cheese. A dumpling filled with green beans. These are things I'm talking about. You guys are not going hard enough. You guys keep talking about normal food.
Are you putting Oreos in your dumplings or not?
Yeah, I would have a dessert dumpling. Absolutely. I'd crunch some Oreos up in there, put a dollop of some cream cheese, munch that all day.
Would that just be a fried Oreo then?
Yes, basically. And people love those.
You're calling it a dumpling. Yeah.
Okay, well, all my dumplinos and burritos out there, we got to get back to a fun, exciting episode. So let's get back to the action. Last episode, you guys successfully did some court case or something like that. But the real exciting thing happened when a TV turned on in 1 month time, open casting call given to you by Zendaya herself through a commercial, that there is an open positions where anyone can come audition at the Tower and they're going to get to be the next big star 1 month from now. That's what it said. You don't know exactly time yet. It had a date on there, but you guys don't know what date it currently is. So figuring that out specifically may be important later, may not, because you may blow up the Tower before then. But just so you know, sometime in the next month-ish, there's an open casting call, and you know it was broadcast all throughout any TV that was on. People are starting to talk about it. Book, you immediately said you were going to go to try to find Ocean in your sleepy, groggy, angry state. And as you head out, you see some people talking about it, mostly confused. It's not like a golden ticket situation where everyone's like, hey, finally I can be a movie star. They're like, what the hell was that?
So everyone I pass who's still awake, I say, spread the word, town meeting tomorrow morning. You know, please get as many people there as possible. It's important. As I kind of wander my way towards Oceans. And then I also try to see if, like, do I cross paths with Vesuvius at all?
You make it to Oceans first.
Okay.
You knock and no one answers. And as you open the door, because you guys are nice, friendly with each other, you see Vesuvius is in there sleeping, charging back up. He doesn't have to charge back up, but he is sleeping. And Ocean is nowhere to be found. Because Ocean, you couldn't sleep last night because you had a memory of, during your last flashback, you have an incredibly valuable cache of weapons and items that is literally within walking distance of Hamlet opening. You had a fancy biometrically locked crate that, as you were escaping the tower, you used to grab out a couple days supplies of food when you were trying to escape with Book's dad.
Yeah.
And it's right by Hamlet opening, and you know that your tactical shovel is just in there waiting for you.
I've been craving my tactical shovel. I want it bad. I need it.
So you're headed over there. Obviously, if you do anything different, you can interrupt me, but this is really just a reward for your improvement. So you make it.
Yeah.
You make it to this little kind of alcove right against the wall between the big precipice under Hamlet opening. There's this crack that you're able to go through into this alcove that you were previously chased down by a dirt bike in this path. And you make it back to your nice, secure biometric lock. And as you put your hand on it, it goes beep, beep, and opens, and you see your tactical shovel, which does everything of your wildest dreams.
Yes.
You see a plasma cutter, which I very briefly described in one of your flashbacks from forever ago.
Yes, I remember.
There's some normal stuff like some non-perishable food and things like that. There's a change of clothes. There is one extra set of silent gear, if you can ever think of any useful purpose for that. And it also contains a cache of valuables that you have to describe to me. So this is supposed to be something that represents an ongoing wealth. So you'll have +2 on all your barter rolls for the future.
See, what I was thinking for that is less something that I found, but more now after the trial and everything, my better reputation in the town has improved now.
I'll take that.
And I've gone from being the weird outsider that people are kind of cautious about and they don't want to trade with. Like, I think that's what I was saying in the beginning is I have a lot of things to trade, but a lot of people kind of avoid my services. And now I'm more of a guy people are willing to go to and talk to about things. So
I like it.
That's what I think.
That's an easy cop out from having to come up with something creative. Perfect. No, that's good. I like that.
I thought it was pretty good.
You pull all this together and start dragging it back to Hamlet opening. By the time you get back, you see your doors open. It's been a few hours. Book, what you doing inside Ocean's place?
When Ocean gets back, Book is like sitting at his table. I'm assuming Ocean has like his table, his dining table, his workbench, his table.
Yes.
Book's sitting at his table with his hands kind of like steepled in front of him. And in front of him is a printout of the TV screen where it has like the date and the audition information. Don't ask me how I got the printout. It just happens to. As Ocean walks in, Book slides the printout forward and he says, I know how we're going to infiltrate the tower.
Oh?
And I want to use my new move, Lay a Plan.
Oh.
So how this works is I tell you my plan and then I roll. And if I roll good, we get a certain number of hold towards the execution of the plan.
I like it.
Are you ready to hear my plan?
I am prepared.
That was more for Ocean.
I'm prepped and ready.
I'm never going to make you guys go to the Baffles. I've been trying for 30 episodes. Never happened.
I was just about to say we should go to. We still got a month to plan for this, right? Though
I was going to take a lot of planning and coordination, but I want to lay out like the bones of the plan.
No, it's good. I was just complaining. You're fine. Keep going.
Okay. So Ocean, this is going to require, and I don't know how we're going to get this, but this is going to require a pristine set of silent armor.
We have some silent armor, don't we? That we got from that raid.
2 minutes and 20 seconds ago on Oops, All Apocalypses.
There's some normal stuff like some non-perishable food and things like that. There's a change of clothes. There is one extra set of silent gear, if you can ever think of any useful purpose for that.
We have some silent armor, don't we? That we
No,
got
it was a joke because you just got it from your
You
cache.
literally just got one.
Ocean pulls from his bag like something like this.
Holy shit. All right, folks. Now we
I found a stash of my old stuff when I was part of the silent.
I look at Ocean. I'm like, good man. So here's the plan, Ocean. On November 30th, which I don't know when that is or how soon. So part of the plan is figuring that out. On November 30th, they're having open auditions to become whatever a Zendaya Izmichi is. And
I heard that Danny DeVito is Dorgle. Nailed it.
Ocean goes, "What are you talking about, Vesuvius?"
Danny DeVito, he's Dorgle.
he would know he was a silent monster. Robot, not monster, robot.
Common is Stonekeeper.
Oh my god. What is that from, Stu?
Zendaya is Michi.
No, but what was Zendaya is Michi from?
I'm pretty sure it was a movie called Littlefoot,
Okay.
but I don't know because I've never seen it. I only know Zendaya is Michi.
Zendaya is Michi. Okay. So I point to the various aspects of the thing I printed out. I'm like, all right, November 30th, open auditions to become a star, whatever that means, as Zendaya. Ocean, what we are going to do, we are going to audition to become part of the silent.
What?
We're going to go in with the masses. We're going to lay a trap. We're going to infiltrate the silent by pretending to become the silent. We're going to go in disguises, and someone is going to have to pose as an existing member of the silent. Someone who can get around, who can help the rest of us who go in under the guise of auditioning, and they're going to be our man on the inside, and we're going to be the other men on the inside. We're all going to be inside.
We're all men on the inside.
Exactly.
I've seen that movie.
We're not going to have to storm the tower because we'll already be in the tower.
I mean, I think it's a pretty cool idea, but what makes you think they're going to let me back in without a fight?
Ocean,
I mean,
it's an open audition, man. We have to figure out the biggest group of people that we can slip in unnoticed with. We're going to introduce some of our own people. We're going to know the plan. We're going to go in. We're going to tear that motherfucker down. It's a good plan, I think. Instead of trying to destroy the tower before the audition, we need to use it to our advantage. I think that this is a good opportunity for us to get in unnoticed, because otherwise, you're right, they would see us coming from a mile away. But if they see a big group of people from Hamlet Opening coming for the audition, they won't suspect anything.
yeah, I like the idea. It just makes me a little worried. I don't think... The thing that concerns me, Book, I think risking ourselves, I'm perfectly fine with it. I always am. But if we take people from Hamlet Opening to these auditions, if the tower gets their hand on them, I've explained to you what they do to people, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm like, look, they're not even people anymore. They're so wiped. Do we want to risk the people of Hamlet Opening after just winning their favor and liberating them from a previous overlord?
I really appreciate that, Ocean. You seem to have our best hearts in mind, or best minds in heart. But I think you got some good close friends who would be willing to step up to it. You don't have to go grab the random Dick and the random Tom and the random Harry off the street. You can go grab the random Vesuvius. You can grab the random Dan Wallace. You can grab the random I think you're out of friends who aren't too old.
You're right.
And Ocean, we have Kara. We have the other members of the Silent that we freed, and I think they all might like some revenge too.
Okay. All right.
And the best part is, Ocean, the more people we recruit out of the people who are going to actually audition, the less people who are going to get turned into brainless zombies.
Okay. I'm in.
I think in order for us to work, the people who are going to actually audition, we're going to have to convince them of how legitimate and of a problem they are. It might mean that we have to go undercover for a while. And that means in the meantime, we have to really shore up Hamlet Opening's defenses, get it to a place where it's not, us leaving for a while won't put it at risk.
No, I think you're right. And I think we need to make sure we can safeguard this power source that we got our hands on.
Oh, that's a good point. I forgot about that.
Can't imagine the tower is not going to want it back. Vesuvius,
Yes.
how do you feel about getting that robot body?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, having pulled that plan and then dramatically cut away, we're going to do your roll you were supposed to do.
It's a 4 and a 2. Is there a plus anything?
Yes.
Oh, I need to look that up. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot.
As long as it's a +1.
One moment, please.
I'm 99% sure. So
It is plus sharp, so it's 6 plus 3 is 9. That means we hold 2.
Is there any way I can assist in this roll
hell yeah.
to push it to +1?
Yes.
Ocean's knowledge of the tower being in it. He's already been a man on the inside. So Ocean, from memory, is like, hold on, book. And he pulls out some paper and he starts scribbling up maps of what he remembers on the tower. And writes up like the dress code and what people look like in the different floors. And he's like, here's everything I remember about what the tower's like. And he gives them the pad of documents.
Excellent. I was going to let you help just by the fact that you brought the silent outfit. But you can.
Oh, that works too. And what is it? It's just plus my relationship with book.
Yes.
Okay, that's an 8,
I think it's just going to give him the +1 is the easiest thing to say.
which is all we needed.
We get to hold 3, and we can spend one of our hold to get +1 to any roll, inflict +1 harm, or suffer one less harm.
Smash cut. You're in the tent of Crashu. He is using that same giant angle grinder that he was sharpening his machete on, but now he's sharpening a paintbrush.
Hey, buddy, what you doing?
Sharpening my paintbrush so I can make the fine details necessary to overthrow Frida.
Whoa, buddy. We're talking about violence, right? You're not going to stab Frida, right?
No, with creativity.
I look at Ocean like, oh, good job, buddy.
Ocean looks at book and leans forward. Is like, look, I inspired him to create art rather than kill people. I think you got to give me some credit.
Yeah, now he's just going to exact the sins of the father on the daughter. It's fine.
Well, we've finally decided to come talk to you about the Baffles.
Finally, my old home. Make sure you tell everyone I said hi when you go back. They were some nice people. So, here's what you need to know about the Baffles. Boom, same music that was playing during the previous planning stage. It's not just the type of place where you can just like walk in the front door. To get there, it is the sacred ground of the Boxcar Children. So you have to make it through the gauntlet. Don't worry, you guys are really strong. I'm sure you'll be fine. But when you get there, there's probably going to be people who are trying to kill you. Don't worry too much about killing them back. I know we talked about no violence, but it's just part of it. But once you get through that, the most important thing is there's really only 2 people who have any say over what goes on. There's Papa Woody and Hot Goss. And you really don't want to mix up Hot Goss with Hot Josh. 2 people entirely different. They don't look anything alike, but for some reason people mix them up. So make sure you keep that straight.
We were watching Brady actually die and choke to death on screen.
My hilarious
before our
joke
eyes.
asphyxiated.
Sorry, the water went into my lung.
What name made it go into your lung? I want to.
Hot Josh and Hot Goss.
Okay, thank you. If you want, this is a 50-50 right here. I'm going to be honest with you, literally a 50-50. That's kind of their whole deal. But I can let them know beforehand that you're coming, and that may make it a little easier. Or it may make them literally be excited and try to defend it better. Straight up 50-50.
Okay. Is there any chance there's like a back way that bypasses all of that?
Not really.
What if we drilled underground? How far would it be from like
Yeah, there is actually water that comes up near there. There's like an underground sea. So if you could somehow be submersible, you could get in there. But no one's ever seen the bottom or the end of it. You know how when you look over Subtropolis, it's cities as far as the eye can see? This lake is just like that.
Ocean thinks back to his vision or his flashback he had with Book's family. I know at some point it was mentioned that they seemed to come in through like some kind of submersible vehicle.
Yes.
Did Ocean see that?
I can't remember if Ocean actually did. In Book saw a video of it.
That's it. Yeah.
His sister was recording them while it looked like they were in some sort of submersible. So if you had to guess, that's probably how they got in there. They probably didn't make it through the gauntlet with a 8-year-old or whatever.
Would the gauntlet probably be faster than navigating that ocean of a lake thing?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The ocean is pitch black with like an unfathomable inkiness of danger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's full of monsters, I assume.
Probably.
Yeah, I think we were like right on that lake when we were in the stew.
Oh, that's cool.
probably connects. We didn't do so good navigating the stew. You know what would be nice? Do you remember that tool we had, Ocean, that like literally maps the ground and all the tunnels and things?
Ocean throws up his hand and says, Book. I don't trust that thing.
Yeah.
That thing was bad news. Came from the tower.
Probably something we should get back, though, if I had to guess.
It would have mapped us straight to it would have mapped the Malevolent AI straight to us and destroyed us. No way.
Yeah.
I got rid of that thing.
But Ocean, I think you're forgetting one part of our plan.
Yeah.
And that's that we're going to crush the tower.
That's true.
So as long as we crush the tower before we use the mapper, I think we're okay.
But we need to get to the Baffles to get supplies for crushing the tower, right?
Do we? I thought we were going to the Baffles to see what happened to my parents.
Yeah, in the robotic armor suit, right?
Is that what?
Yeah, remember
There's a robot armor suit in the Baffles?
Yeah.
What?
You don't remember? That was one of the things we saw in the lighthouse with the old man.
I did not know that at all.
Yeah, that's what I've been theorizing that your parents were trying to find, considering they are so obsessed with it.
Huh.
I thought that's what you were thinking too, because you were talking about all the big machine to mine through stuff.
I thought the Baffles was how they got to the surface.
You're all right and wrong in different ways, but it's wonderful.
Yeah.
No, yes. As a recap for our listeners who have not heard this since Brady last heard it too, and if he's confused, we should recap it. In the lighthouse, there was two things that Book's parents looked into deeply besides questioning the old man about his past. One of them was a bunch of moon math to try to figure out what date it was. And the other one was a military schematic of what looked like some sort of power suit that took a tremendous amount of energy. And as the map was overlaid, there was a big defense contractor location that happened to be right in the Baffles. So you got to talk to either Papa Woody or Hot Goss, not Hot Josh, and they're going to help you get whatever you need, figure out what you want. They know everything. They're kind of in charge. Do you want me to radio ahead and let them know you're coming?
Well, first, Crashy, what kind of trials do we face in the Baffles? Do you know anything?
Yeah, they are mostly very deadly. There'll be traps, there'll be explosions, there'll be probably literally people trying to shoot you.
Hey, Crash You.
Yeah.
I know that you're doing this art thing, and I'm really proud of you for branching out and for sharpening your paintbrushes. Do you just want to come with us on this little adventure? And maybe it would be helpful for us to have you with us when we do the trials and tribulations of your former associates.
He looks at Ocean for his reaction.
Ocean just kind of shrugs like this. Ocean just shrugs and look at him and is like, it's up to you, Crashy.
Yeah, no, I'd love to see the old stomping grounds.
Excellent.
Why did you leave, though, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I thought I should turn my life around. And after Tabasco died, I thought that was going to be a good opportunity. It seemed like the way I was living just wasn't working out. But if I'm going, we should definitely radio ahead and let them know.
Yeah, I was thinking, what if we radioed ahead and said that you were coming for a visit, but didn't tell them that you were bringing us? And then just see how that kind of pans out.
That seems like a lie.
That's fair. Let's tell them that we're coming then. Fuck it.
So looking at the two of us, right?
Yeah.
We've been pretty helpful guys. What do you think your people would think of us? I know she gives like a big smile.
Ocean, are you forgetting that these people used to hate me because I was like not about their whole chaos thing?
And then he points at Book and frowns and does a thumbs down.
Yeah, it seems like you guys may balance out pretty well, but there's not a lot of kind of structure in the Chaos Cultists. You're really down to an individual by individual basis. I think as a whole, there's no one who really probably even knows much about you two.
I mean, you guys did give me the nickname of Pamphlet.
Yeah.
So I think they'll probably remember me.
I think you're underestimating how many Chaos Cultists there are.
Oh gosh.
Uh-oh.
I think we should let's just go. Let's do it. No prep time. We're the opposite of Batman. We do our best when we don't have any prep time.
That's true. It does seem like the few times we've prepared for things have gone.
Like, do you remember
terrible.
when we went to the stew and we're like, oh, we're gonna waterproof the spider, and we're gonna be it literally immediately broke. First thing that broke was the spider.
I think we got pretty far with it though. I think the only preparation we need to make then, if we want to just go for this, is to make sure we've got Hamlet opening set up to work independently of us for a bit. we just did overthrow the previous government. We've got Hickory in bars now, but so I think making sure we have things set up to make sure that the tower doesn't come after the power source while we're gone would be a good idea.
I feel like if they've sent out that advertisement, they're probably not going to do too much before that date, unless that's a way of getting us to put our guard down. But I don't know.
No, I think Ocean's making a good point, though. We still want to do what Hickory and Pistachio did and actually maybe set up some patrols around the town, kind of 24/7 border surveillance type thing. Anyway, we can do that pretty quick. We have a lot of sway now, and I nudge Ocean with my elbow. And then like what else? What's good for chaos? I feel like we should get some like just weird shit. I want like a megaphone. I want some fireworks, and I want like a barrel of like grease from the soggy worm.
I think with the current celebratory nature of Hamlet opening, you can get those things.
Sick. I also want to see if I can find film for my camera.
Okay, that one's gonna have to be a roll.
Okay, because I realized I never did that.
Anything you want to bring, Ocean?
Do we still have those diagrams and maps that we got from Old Man?
I think you traced them. Does that sound familiar?
Yep. That sounds right. Sure.
I think we traced them, but was that before or after my notebook disintegrated?
After.
Perfect.
And the off chance that we run, we still have that spare power supply, right?
Yes.
Like we didn't hook them
you
both
have
up,
one
right?
with you right now.
I want to bring it with me.
Okay.
I want it to be so if we find this power suit, we can actually power it and use it and bring it back.
Book, give me a barter roll.
I rolled a 4.
That's real bad.
I'll see that Book to not be very successful, and Ocean will rummage around in his things and search the spots that he normally trades at to see if his new good standing will let people be a little bit more helpful with procuring supplies. I got a 10, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a +2 now.
Okay. You're not able to find any film. It's very rare. There's not much use for it. Most of the types of films that exist are just for like recording security camera footage, that sort of thing, not for a snappy snap picture camera. But through talking to people, Ocean learns that there is one person in town who does have film, but they treasure it greatly. So it's going to be very difficult for you to get away from them. And that person is Intaglio.
He's a little too weird.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something we can do to get
we
the
did
town.
promise to show him the fuel source, didn't we?
Yes. I was just about to say, what if we showed it to him and I don't want to leave it with him though.
Let's knock on his door. Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Okay. There's no answer.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Still nothing.
I do that knock where it's like bop, 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 bop.
That sounded really close to the Vengabus tune. I don't know what you were actually going for there.
No, where you go.
Give me a read a sit roll book.
That is a 6. A 1 plus 3.
Hey, that's a 10. Ask me 3 questions.
I want to know what be on the lookout for sure. What represents the best opportunity for me to get Antaglio to open this goddamn door?
My answers can only be as exciting as your question.
We will say what poses the biggest threat to us.
You do your little fancy knock on the door and you still don't hear any response. But as you put your ear up against the door, you hear some very faint music inside. You think he's somewhere in there, but you just can't hear you. The door itself is not locked, which is weird.
Yeah. Ocean pushes on it to see if it pushes open.
Okay. As you peer in through the door, you see that there are an assortment of booby traps established up here. And you feel like when he did his very mini locky sound things, when he would close the door before, it was really him undoing a lot of this. You see like there's a shotgun with a string tied to it that goes and trails across the ground. You see a bunch of paint cans that are at the top of the stairs ready to fall down. You see a third thing from Home Alone, maybe a
hot iron bouncing on the top of the door.
Yes, a hot iron bouncing at the top of the door. So you think you get in? He can't hear you very well, but if you made a loud enough noise, he'll probably just come.
I think I just pulled the string on the shotgun pointed at the door, but make sure that it can't hit either Ocean or I. I feel like that'll get his attention.
As you pull the string, you hear a loud raucous noise that sounds like someone blew in a kazoo really hard, and a bunch of confetti shoots out the front of the shotgun. But you do hear a bunch of scuttling upstairs, and then he pokes his head down and goes, "Who's down there? What?
It's Buck and Ocean.
It's us. Intaglio, it's us. It's us.
Is this important?"
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's pretty important.
You wanted the power source, right? You wanted to take a look at it, didn't you?
Oh, yes, let me see it. And he like hurries down the stairs and he runs up to you.
One moment here.
He is covered in sweat as he reaches out, wanting to
Two
see it.
questions. What were you doing?
I was listening to my music.
Were you doing like yoga?
No, I don't do
Doing
yoga.
hot yoga?
No, it does get hot up there.
Were you doing hot goat yoga?
No, I was just, it was my personal time, but I was actually doing something for you. I was hooking up that hard drive to a laptop to give you.
Oh, cool. Which hard drive?
Hard drive, this guy came by saying he needed an extra computer since you didn't have one in your cave. It was Randall something.
Oh, okay. Randy Crandy?
Yeah, that must be it.
I don't remember asking him to do that. Did I?
He didn't.
Did we? Did we still?
Nope. He talked to Ocean about it for a long time and said he would get it to book.
Did I?
Yes. Randy came and talked to you and was like, "Hey, I got this hard drive."
That's right. That's
And then
right.
you were like, "I don't even think Book has a computer." So he took it on his own initiative to find someone with a computer and gave him the hard drive to get the book.
Nice.
Stuff happens when you guys aren't looking. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, Ocean thumps.
And I go, ow, fuck.
I bet I know what that's about. We were talking about it. He has a hard drive that he wanted you to look at, but I guess when he heard you didn't have a computer, and by that I mean when I told him you didn't have a computer, he went to go find one for you. So
Oh, cool. Well, Intaglio.
This apparently has your mom's old work on it or something.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, thanks, Intaglio. That'll actually be really helpful.
Well, you owe me one.
Yup.
fuck.
Yes, I sure do. I heard you have some film.
Oh, yes. You mean my precious, precious film paper?
Yeah. What do you use that for exactly?
Nothing yet. I've been looking for a good enough camera that it would fit into
Interesting.
for 20 years now.
Intaglio, I have a proposition for you. And I pull the camera out of my trench coat pocket.
You're repaying me in kind.
Well, here's the thing.
You are so generous. I think I may even owe you a little one after this.
So hear me out. We're gonna let you fiddle around with the power source.
Oh, yes.
And
My camera.
I'm gonna give you this camera.
Hell yeah. Everything's coming up in Taglio.
In exchange, can you reverse engineer this camera, build me another one, and then give me half of your film?
I can do my best.
I stick my hand out to shake.
He shakes your hand. It's very, very, very
I
sweaty.
wipe my hand on my trench coat,
A lot of sweaty hands
and
in this
I
series.
pass him the camera.
Nice. Mission accomplished.
What was that, Stu?
Actually worked out pretty
Mission
okay.
accomplished.
Ocean pulls out the power supply and is like, all right, Taglio, here. If you want to take a look at it, I can't leave it with you right now because I need it for something we're about to go do. But if you want us to hang around here with you so you can look at it and run some experiments for a couple hours here, then
Nope, I'd rather you leave and give it to me, but I can give it back to you when you head out of town.
okay, that's fair.
His hands are now full of cameras and power cells, and he looks so happy. This is the happiest you've ever seen him. And he runs up the stairs, his feet flip-flopping as they sweatily hit the stone ground.
Ocean yells up, Antaglio, we're leaving tomorrow, so have it to me to be ready for be done tomorrow.
Sounds good.
We better not get that back in like 65 pieces. So we're going to need that to like power the super armor thing, right?
We don't know, but I think so. I think that's what your mom was wanting.
But Vesuvius already has a little power source in him. So maybe what we could do is put the big one in the power suit, hook up Vesuvius to the power suit so he controls it, and then take the little one out of Vesuvius and give that to Intaglio.
Maybe.
Sounds like a plan. Let's do it. All right, folks. I'm going to go find a megaphone. That was really... I'm not good at negotiating, am I?
No, I think we played right into his
I'm
hands the entire
hoping that he
time.
can actually build me a camera. It doesn't have to be a very good one. I just need to be able to like capture pictures of evidence and things.
Well, he's got all our shit, so I think all we could do now is trust him for a
I'm
little bit.
definitely going to need the camera to stake out the tower before we go to infiltrate it. So that'll be fun. I'm feeling like some Ramen. You feeling like? Well, you hate ramen.
I'm never feeling it.
What do you eat if not ramen? Like, it's the only restaurant here.
I still just scavenge around, find some stuff. There's all kinds of things if you want to look around. Like lichen. Lichen's pretty good.
The book like gags a
But no,
little
I'll
bit.
come join you with the ramen place.
Smash cut. You're at the Soggy Worm.
Book is talking to Callista. He's ordering one shrimp ramen, and
Is that a secret statement in any way?
no.
Okay, you get a shrimp ramen.
And I'm like, how have things been?
Oh, they've been pretty good. I think the town's finally cooling down a little bit from being so excited about getting power back. And I think most people are pretty happy with how your trial went.
That's good. How are things with Den?
Pretty good. Why are you asking?
Well, I didn't know if you guys saw the thing on the television about auditioning for Tower TV show.
Yeah. Nope, that came on. We've been watching some TV. We love that Big Bang Theory.
It's on its
That
60th
makes
season.
one of us, or two of us.
Yeah.
You two, not me.
That one character reminds me so much of you both.
I don't like that. I don't think that's cool. I don't think you mean that in a positive way. It's fine. I was just wondering if you and Den could talk about maybe if you and Den were you and Den thinking about auditioning?
Oh, no. I couldn't do anything like that. I'm not a very good actress.
What if you did audition as part of a ruse to help us destroy the malevolent AI that is keeping us from having power?
Give me a sway someone roll.
Trying to finally make Callista plot relevant after many, many attempts.
Oh man,
Not on my dice's watch.
this is a plus cool, right?
Yes.
So I rolled a 3, 1, and +3, so I rolled a 7.
I don't know. That sounds like awful dangerous, and I don't think I do very good at that. I think, honestly, if you did ask Den to, I think he'd agree to, but I'd be worried about him.
So I can tell you more about the plan later, but the goal is to get as many people involved so that we can sneak as many people in. So in terms of the danger aspect, probably will be slightly dangerous, but all that you would have to do is just audition like everybody else. And then before anything bad happens, we'll kill everyone in the tower who means us harm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, if you say it's not going to be too dangerous, then I think I could help out, definitely.
Cool. If you don't mind, like, you and Den, if you guys could like spread the word about sort of the plan, keep it on the down low, but also spread the word, if that makes sense.
Yeah, at least the inner circle.
Only trustworthy people, nobody who might like talk back to the tower about it, but like see if the crew doesn't want to do like a little heist, but the heist is killing everyone who means us harm.
Yeah, like Splinter Cell.
Exactly. I don't know what Splinter Cell is. I've also never seen Big Bang Theory, but I know that you weren't being flat.
Oh, no, I like all the characters.
Okay. All right. Thanks for the noodles. Bye.
When you come back, Ocean he slurps his ramen after having watched it the whole time.
I
He's
didn't
like,
get what you want because you hate it. So I don't know what you're slurping right now.
I got myself some while you were busy bombing it with Callista
I
over
wasn't
there.
trying to not bomb
But,
it.
I think you get it. I think it was a
I
good shot.
I wasn't trying to not bomb it. I'm trying to get people to help us kill the tower.
Yeah. I gathered that.
Truth be told, Ocean, I never had a chance with Callista, and I always knew that, and that's why I never tried.
Oh,
Coward.
Fuck you, first of all. Is that Vesuvius?
some self-reflection going on
You
here.
look under the table, and there's a noodle extending from Ocean's cup all the way down underneath the table, and he's just slurping
That's funny.
Yeah, we're splitting one.
Vesuvius, you ever dated somebody?
No, but I feel like I made Lady in the Tramp with Ocean in just a minute here.
I feel like you would do very well with the ladies,
Yeah, very calm and suave demeanor.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
despite your lack of 7/8 of your body.
Yeah, the most important eighth is left, though.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The brain, the mind.
Indeed.
That's what I'm most attracted to in anyone, really.
That I don't think that the original Vesuvius would have agreed, but I'm glad that you do.
I don't think you knew him as well as you think so.
Yeah, she got nonsense. Maybe you truly were the better Vesuvius.
That just made me sad. I watched the original Vesuvius die. He got gunned down by the hospital people. That was pretty rough. Anyway, you guys ready to go?
Yeah, let's go.
Cool.
Smash cut. You're in the spider. rolling through the long dark. It is the crampedest it's ever been because you got a good amount of stuff you brought with you.
Wait.
Yes.
I was gonna say, did we get our shit back?
Yes, you got all your shit back. I'm not trying to trick you. Don't worry.
Okay. What did we learn? Did he share with us anything?
Oh, no, he
learned from
didn't
it?
learn shit yet. You gave him less than a day to play with that thing. No.
He was too busy playing with taking pictures. He burned through all of his film.
Always from half a zero is still half.
That is true.
You are rolling through the long dark, cramped in here. In the back seat, you got Crash You, all hunched over with Vesuvius on his lap as you're rambling through here. Since you got Crash You with you, I'm not going to make you do a navigate the long dark roll because it's a pretty short distance and he should know how to get here pretty safely.
That is a boon onto our team.
The Baffles are not far from Hamlet Opening. That's why there are Chaos Cultists in Hamlet Opening. They kind of come here. It's the nearest place for trade and reasonable food that's not in a hive of villainy. So you're able to get there easily within the day. And the entrance is basically this one car width tunnel that runs deep into the ground. And it's apparently very winding, very sharp turns, hard to move at speed, but that does not stop the boxcar children from actually moving through it at speed. So it's also littered with many hubcaps and broken off side mirrors and large portions of vehicles that have crashed into it. You can try to navigate it with your spider if you would like, but you know the gauntlet will begin in these tunnels, so it will also put your spider at danger, or you can get off on foot. He tells you as the crow flies, which doesn't make a lot of sense down here. It's about a mile in before you reach the main camp of the boxcar children.
So, Crash You, I was kind of hoping that, like, by saying that you were coming to visit, this was going to be more of like a congenial, like not having to do the gauntlet kind of event.
We'll see.
Did you let him know that we're coming, Crash You?
Yes, I said that we're all coming and that we really have to talk to Hot Goss and Papa Woody.
Right. So, like, when you would go, like, you'd come to Hamlet Opening to trade and then you'd go back, like, did you have to do the gauntlet every time?
Yeah, to some level. Like, it wouldn't be bad most of the time.
I was hoping that was only for people who, like, were not. No, okay.
Oh, yeah, it's way worse if you're an outsider. If anyone radios back and says that there's, well, I don't want to call you guys this, but they call it fresh meat has entered the gauntlet, it gets way worse.
Okay.
So that could still happen. Like, we get in there and just one person sees you and goes, hey, look, there's fresh meat. And it gets worse.
I'd like to lay a plan.
Planception.
Yeah, exactly. My plan is, and Ocean, let me know if you think of anything that could be helpful here. We pull off before we enter the gauntlet. We turn off the headlights of the spider. We hide it behind a big rock. We go full radio silence. We stealth our way and try to avoid the gauntlet altogether by leapfrogging from rock to rock and being super quiet.
So you want us to sneak through this whole thing?
Yeah. I want to, like, use my detective skills to identify the traps, disarm them, like we're playing Baldur's Gate, and make our way through stealthily and unharmedly. So part of the plan here, everybody needs a roll. Vesuvius, you're small, you're nimble, you're mobile, you have good eyesight.
Good lateral movement. Yes.
You have good eyesight because you're a robot.
That's reductive.
You're going to be our scout.
Hell yeah.
Ocean, you are large, powerful, strong, beefy, beautiful. You are going to be our...
Heavy.
What?
Are we doing Team Fortress 2 here? No? Okay, keep
What
going.
did you... I didn't hear what you said.
I thought we were doing a Team Fortress 2 thing. You know, I'm a scout, he's heavy, you're the spy. Then there's a medic. Is that it? There may be
Yeah,
one
maybe
more.
you should be the medic, Ocean. Ocean's the medic. If anything goes wrong, yeah. And then...
Okay. Where do you want me up? Also, Vesuvius, where do you have all this knowledge about pop culture things? I've never even heard of these things.
Yes, and I got it from the tower. A lot of these things I don't like remember, but I know them.
I like that.
Well, I'm impressed.
Crash you are our inside man.
Spy.
Sure. There has to be some level of, like, repeat traps that don't move around that often that you would be able to, like, give us advance warning of, right?
Yeah, like the snakes, yeah.
Great. I love snakes. Okay. And I am going to be the spotter, we'll call it.
Sniper.
Sure. I like that. How does that sound? Hands in.
Okay. Well, real quick. Book, what's my role if people aren't injured?
Injure them.
Yeah.
Okay. If your job, if no one gets injured, is to be as quiet and stealthy as possible, which I don't think is Ocean's strong suit.
Try my best, Book, but we'll see how it goes.
Stu, can I roll my Leia plan?
Yes, roll your Leia plan.
6 plus 3 is 9.
Can I help at all with this to push it up to a 10?
Yes, you have to come up with one thing that he hasn't thought of, and then roll your help.
Okay, one thing we haven't thought of.
Or it could be a good thing for Ocean to do before people, if people don't get injured.
How about this? I'm pretty good with tinkering, correct? How about you help me go up first? I slurth out the traps and I disarm them.
You'd be our detrapper.
Yeah.
I spot the traps, you detrap the traps.
Exactly. I can use more of my tinkering and abilities that I've used from.
And if they're manned traps, you can demand the traps.
I will demand the
How
traps.
do they feel about like people killing people? Like when you go through the gauntlet, are you expected to kill people?
Yeah, absolutely.
That sounds like unsustainable as far as like being a society in the apocalypse goes. It seems like it seems like that's a good way to like make your group go extinct.
No, we're going strong still. There's a lot of us.
Impressive. You guys like fuck a lot? You fuck a lot?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that explains. Cool. I like this plan. You like this plan?
Depending on this help roll.
Is that a +1 help roll worthy plan?
Did you roll help?
Oh no, I was just, am I allowed to roll help
Yes,
now?
you can roll help.
Is that a good enough excuse? Oh, I dropped my die.
Pull the
Damn,
Brady.
it was a 5 when I dropped it on the floor. All right, let's roll it again. Okay, that's not bad. That's a 9.
Okay, yeah, you can add +1 to that
Hell
roll,
yeah, full success. So
which is a full success. What does that give us when you get a full success on lay out a plant?
we hold 3, and we can spend one of those hold to get +1 to any roll, to inflict +1 harm, or to suffer 1 less harm.
That's nifty. That's good shit.
Yeah, I think that's that'll be fun. That'll be handy. All right, team, hands in.
All right, let's do this.
Hand, wheel.
3, 2, 1.
Stealth time.
Great. I mean, stealth time.
Okay, so you're messing up my custom move for this area, so we're going to change it to a cool roll because you're going with a very sneaky approach. So, Book, give me a cool roll.
What was the original roll going to be?
Weird.
That seems like more fun though.
Yeah, it's fine. We can have less fun right now. Let's sneak past all the snake traps.
Oh no, that's a 2 + 2 + 3, 7.
7.
Make success.
So you're leaving the spider behind?
Yes. We're following your plan, which involved leaving the spider behind, which maybe now I'm regretting now that you've rolled a 7.
Okay, you hide the spider. I'm going to say you know enough places.
Wait. Hold on. Could I spend 3 hold to make that a full success?
Doing your entire plan? If you want to. I think so.
I don't think I'm going to. I was thinking like I could spend 2 and then like Ocean could maybe help, but I don't know if that's worth it. I don't know what this move is, so I don't know if it's worth it. Okay, let's just go with the partial success.
Just go with the flow. Go with it. You guys start progressing. You park a good bit away from the entrance to the Baffles. You know enough windy tunnels around here that you have a place where you can hide the spider in relative safety. So you park it out there, you guys hoof it the rest of the way, and you make it into the Baffles. And very quickly, you realize one problem with your stealth plan is that it is straight up pitch black in here. You cannot see shit, and these tunnels are a-winding, and they're breaking off. And pretty soon, even Cashew has no idea what direction to go. And he's going, I've always had my car headlights showing me, and I could like recognize little things. There's like paint and stuff on these walls that kind of helps out. So how are you guys going to try to progress through that?
I'm going to switch on my night vision goggles.
So I've had this idea for a while, but I wasn't quite sure when it would pop up. And I think this is a perfect option if you'll let me do it. You're welcome to veto it if you think it's too bullshitty.
You've been thinking about it for so long.
This is something I think would be fun. When it's super dark, Ocean says, hold on, guys, give me 1 second. And he fumbles around until he finds Vesuvius, and he pats him on the head. And he's like, oh, is that you, Vesuvius?
Yeah.
All right. And he pulls his hand back to the back of the RC car and flips a switch, and the headlights turn on.
He can absolutely have headlights. Yes.
Okay.
This does make you a beacon of seeability with your trying to be pretty stealthy, though.
Yeah, he's low to the ground though.
Yeah, it does help. Oh, yeah, I would say it makes it less noticeable than like a real size car here. And
Ocean, you don't have like night vision goggles? Didn't we steal night vision goggles off of a freaking helmet?
I believe all of the silent helmets have them, but I don't know if you brought any with you.
Did we risk bringing this full silent get up on this mission is the thing, because we need a full complete set, right? So if we lose it, we'll bring it on here. If we lose the headpiece for it, then I don't think we would, that could lead to problems in the future, right?
It's up to you guys.
What'd you think? You want to risk part of our full silent get up, our full pristine silent get up?
Yes.
Okay. So Ocean, you're wearing the helmet then? Is it you?
Yeah, Ocean will be wearing the helmet since I got to look through the traps.
So you give me a read a sit roll.
Oh, I just launched another dice on the floor. Give me a second. Oh, and it was a 6 too. Okay, that is a read a sitch. That is sharp. That is an 8.
Ask me one question.
What is our best way through the gauntlet without being noticed?
You're leading the way forward and you do find some rudimentary traps. None of them look too advanced. There's a lot that are looks like they're made for disabling vehicles that don't seem to pose much of a threat to you. So like you see this giant box of huge nails just like welded together at weird angles that's propped up against something that if you like hit this rock going the wrong way, it would spill out into the middle. None of these things pose much of a threat to you, and you continue moving on very carefully, but you do hear echoing down one of these tunnels. Now that there's this little light from Vesuvius, Crash U is able to guide you in the right direction at least. When there's any of these tunnels branching off, he goes, oh, we definitely want to turn right here. And as you're going down in the direction of the way he says is the most safest and quickest, you hear some voices echoing, and it just sounds like two people chatting. It's not like people sneaking up on you, but you know there are some Chaos cultists down this tunnel. Crash U mentions that if you go the other way, he's never been that way before, and he has no idea what it's like.
I feel like we could turn the headlights off just to pass those people because we still have the night vision goggles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we could be. From hearing up ahead, Ocean wants to sneak up just a little further to see if they have lights.
They do, yes. You go a little bit around the corner,
Okay.
and you see that they're they have this like butane can that's just burning and illuminating light off while they're sitting there waiting. It looks like they're waiting just to see people so they can then chase them down, but they're not like ready, running to go.
Okay.
They're just sitting around chatting.
How bright is the light around them?
It illuminates the whole tunnel. You don't think you'd be able to walk through it without them seeing you.
Okay. I have a megaphone, grease, and fireworks. So I have an idea.
Okay.
Could we like set off some fireworks? Okay, actually, okay, I have an idea. It's a little crazy. Let me know what you think about this, Ocean. What if we tied like a chain of like those firecrackers to Vesuvius, have him drive them down the other tunnel to draw the attention of the Chaos cultists in this tunnel? They chase after him. They're not expecting a head on wheels. He just backtracks, comes back here, and we continue on our merry way.
I don't think it's a bad plan, but do we?
I don't know about this one.
Wait. Ocean, do you have your gun that launches shit?
Yeah, I have my garbage launcher.
But it's loud.
I could launch. It is.
We want the noise to happen after they get down the tunnel.
Is there any place for you guys to hide?
Who are you asking? Me?
Yeah. Just as a
Yes,
group.
there is.
Is there like things you can hide and duck behind before the tunnel?
Yeah, there's a tunnel winding tunnel, so it'd be pretty easy to.
Ocean, how far do you think you could throw these firecrackers?
Oh, I bet I can. Ocean picks them up, weighs them a little bit, weighs them against a rock, flexes a little bit, and is like, probably about 5 miles.
Okay, he clearly doesn't know dimensions. I am willing to offer this service that you're asking me. I think I'm going to be able to lose them in these tunnels. There's no way they're going to be able to track me down, but you just got to promise to try to come back for me eventually.
No. Vesuvius, I'm not willing to separate from you for more than like 5 minutes. I'm a little codependent. No, I think we'll tie the firecrackers to a rock, give them a little more weight so that Ocean can chuck them really far, put them on a little fuse, or we could do the same thing where we have you drive them up the tunnel, light the fuse, then drive back. We'll wait for we'll put a long fuse on them. You know what I'm saying? How do we feel about that? Who? Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever you want.
Ocean, you
I have an idea.
Okay, go for it.
So they're around a little butane fire, right?
Yes.
Is that the only source of light that's right there?
That is illuminating right now. You would not be surprised if they have flashlights and things like that, though.
Okay. But if we take out their light real quick, if I use my trash launcher to, blow up their little butane thing. They're blinded for a couple seconds, probably from the flash, and then also it's dark until they fumble in their lights. Then Vesuvius runs down the hallway. They're going to think he's running down that way, and we just bolt past it.
A 2-part plan.
Yeah. I feel okay. I personally, I think maybe the trash thrower might bite us in the ass because it's going to be a loud bang from our direction.
Never ever get to use my trash blower, but all
And
right.
last time we used the trash blower, they thought we were shooting at them, and then they tried to kill us. And then the next time I saw Hickory, he shot me, and then we had to fight him, and then we had to do a trial. And then specifically, I don't think it's a very good stealth move to fire a blunderbuss.
Fine.
No offense.
Crosses his arms and says, fine.
But you can throw this heavy rock with a bunch of firecrackers strapped to it.
Yeah, I guess that'll help me blow off some steam. Give it to me.
Okay.
Give me a hard roll.
Ocean's gonna like shot put it, right? Oh, we do have to light the fuse though before you throw it. We can't forget to do that. That would be embarrassing.
It'd be so funny if we just chucked it and it's like, wait, we should have lit that first.
We put a very long fuse on it, Stu.
Okay, giving me a heart. I'm the hardest boy around. That is a 10.
A 10. Okay.
Full 10.
You chuck this lit fuse down the kind of V tunnel off to the side that Crash, you said he doesn't know where it goes exactly. And you hurl it as hard as you possibly can. You see that little speck of light disappear. You throw it so far, and you're worried a second that you may have put it out by throwing it just too strong because you're too strong of a boy. But a few seconds later, you hear pop, 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 as a bunch of fireworks go off. It sounds just like rapid gunfire, and you hear a bunch of movement down up the tunnel. And then you see some flashlights shining all over the walls as you guys hunker back into these other ones. As these 2 chaos cultists sprint by, one of them pulls out a radio and says, "We heard gunshots. I think there's fresh meat.
Go, guys, go, 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 go.
All right. We slip past, and then I think when we get to their camp, we turn off their butane torch and plunge everything back into darkness.
You're in darkness, and you're moving along.
But we take the butane torch with us.
As we're going, Ocean nudges Vesuvius and goes, told you that was about 5 miles.
I think you're right. That was at least 4. As you guys are continuing down this path, give me a read a sit roll. But you're going to get
Another
one free bonus option no matter what, because you brought Cashew with you. But the option is only to select one thing that I will tell you in a second.
And it's a read a situation?
Yes.
Ooh, not very good. I'm not very sharp. Why was the good idea to put me in the front? That is a 5.
I am the spotter.
You can't see shit right now.
That is true. Fuck. You could spend a hold and make it a 6, and then can I help and make it a 7?
You'd be doing all of that to ask one question though, just so you know.
But I don't want to be prepared for the worst. So
Yeah, I agree. So you want
Okay, yeah, you guys can do it.
let's spend a hold and then I'll help, or let's wait to spend a hold until we know if my help is successful. I'm rolling with my history with Ocean.
Yes.
All right, and what I'm doing to help is I'm using my cane as like a prod as we go forward. That makes sense. 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 2 is 8.
yeah.
Okay, and you're using one of your hold. Okay, so you get one question plus one bonus question that you have to ask, which is, where are the snakes?
Okay.
Okay, where are the snakes? That's a pretty good improvement.
So give me your 2 questions.
My 2 questions are, where are the snakes? And what's my best way through the snakes?
Excellent questions. Okay. So with the help of Crashu, he goes, I know the snakes are fucking coming up here soon. Here's some very quiet, just hissing and writhing. And you can barely see some reflections of them with your night vision goggles, but you see there are just like 14 buckets suspended from the ceiling. And you see these long planks along the bottom of the ground that you feel like if potentially you walk on these planks, these snakes are coming down on top of you. And there's not a lot of room to wiggle through. But it looks like it may be set up for cars, like maybe it's for if someone was driving through with a Jeep, it would fall in through the top. So there is like a little part in the middle where you think you could probably walk through, but you'd have to be very careful.
Crashu, who designed these traps?
Oh, whoever has free time comes up with them. You're allowed to put whatever you want in here.
Stu, are the buckets suspended with like rope or anything?
It looks like they're just like floating up there, so it has to be something pretty light. But yeah, Ocean can't see it well with just his night vision goggles. It looks like they're just suspended up there, basically floating magically. But you imagine something has to be holding them up.
Ocean puts his hands back and says, okay, guys, we're going to do this one at a time. Let me go first. And I'll see if this way works. And Then you can take the path I take.
Give me an act under fire.
Okay.
In anticipation of snakes, can I put my very flammable grease onto the planks?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can try to.
I want to spray it around like Indiana Jones does. In the
You want to do this before,
I was about to say, Ocean's looking at his only way across, being sprayed with grease.
just to be super clear. You're planning on greasing it before you guys try to walk across.
No, I am not.
Okay, so Ocean, give me a act under fire roll.
Ocean will be the self-sacrifice here to sacrifice himself for the...
Okay, just as a heads up, it's going to be super hard to help out with these rolls because you're doing it one by one, just to make that upfront, since you came up with a solution as one by one. But if Ocean makes it across safely, you guys are going to get bonuses to your rolls preceding him. Basically.
Okay, and it's act under fire?
Yes.
I'm pretty cool these days. I'm very cool. That's a 10.
Excellent. You walk with your night vision goggles. This is child's play. You see where these planks end. You walk single file. Your boots are almost just too thick to fit between this plank, but you're able to kind of tippy toe walk on the side of your feet and get all the way through the 20 or so feet before the snake cloud above you ends. And you're able to whisper yell back across this opposite of a snake chasm and say the middle is pretty safe. Book, you will get a +1 on your act under fire roll.
Don't need it. That's a 5 plus 3 plus 3 is 11 plus 1 is 12.
We're so cool these days.
Even
Jeez.
though Book has chunky boots, they are smaller than Ocean's feet, and he's able to skitter across the middle. Your cane helps tremendously as you're able to kind of guide it in front of you, find this little safe path, and lean towards it. And before you even make it to the other side, you hear some whirring, and it zooms past you on the left as an RC car just ramps up the side of the tunnel
Nice.
and comes down, skittering up with Operation Cyclone complete. Then Crashy
Hell
comes
yeah.
through, just cartwheeling and prancing, knowing exactly where he needs to step. And he gives you a high five on the other end.
Nice. I high five him back, but very softly.
Crashy, where do you find all these snakes?
I don't know.
Do they like take the snakes down and feed them?
Yeah, there's a snake keeper.
Or do they like just eat each other up there and that's how they...
Both. Yeah, it's like almost a self-sustaining. Have you seen like a terrarium before? It's like that, but only snakes. While you're talking, give me a read a sitch book.
Raggy, that's a 5 plus 3, 8.
Ask me one question.
My question is, what should we be on the lookout for?
You hear some rumbling behind you in the direction of snakes, which is weird.
Okay.
And Crashu also seems confused once you point this out. He goes, I don't know what this one is.
I think it's time for Operation Grease, and I put a giant puddle behind us, and I think we should kind of rush forward.
Excellent.
Is there like an area of the ground that's like hard and flat enough that the grease would make it super slippery?
Yeah, just after the snake pit.
Okay. And then do we have matches that we could throw if we need to light it on fire, right? Okay.
So do you want to try to time it so you could like burst this thing on fire if something's coming, or do you want to just throw the grease and leave?
What if we put down a big puddle of grease and then left a little grease trail as we run?
Okay.
So we can like light it as a fuse if
yeah,
we...
I think that'll still make you a little slower, but that's
It'll make
you're
us
okay
a little
with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Because I don't know if it's a threat yet. Like, I don't want to just light someone on fire.
Yeah, it could just be a friend. Okay, so you make this big grease pit and you're making this trail. You're walking it like a truck if you were being a show dog right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's getting louder and louder. And you're getting to the point where you think you may have to stop and light the grease if it's something you want to explode. And then Ocean, only you can see with your night vision goggles that the thing coming down here is a massive rolling boulder.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. The grease just helped it around. Oh,
I don't think the grease is helping us very much, Book. Just run.
You
All of
see
you, run.
the boulder hits the front of the grease and it just like slides even faster.
Oh, no.
Both of you give me an aggro roll. Give me a try something challenging roll.
Okay.
Vesuvius leaves you in his dust. He just goes. He's
Oh,
Vesuvius!
no. You said aggro?
That's a 10 for me.
nice.
I rolled the 3.
That's
Oh,
real bad.
no.
Okay, you guys take off in a full sprint. Book, you are in the back because you were laying this trail to light this boulder on fire.
Yep.
Do you want to light it?
No. Just kind of want to be on fire and squished.
I just wanted to make sure. Okay. You guys are off on a full sprint and you actually see some light ahead of you.
Does the boulder look like it's flammable? A flammable boulder? Okay, I didn't think so.
If it's covered in flammable grease, it would be somewhat flammable.
I just meant like, is it a boulder that's actually like just a...
It's an Indiana Jones style boulder.
What I was saying was like, is it actually just a bunch of C4 that is like
No.
like a ton, like like 2,000 pounds of C4 in a boulder?
No, it
that'd
does
be
not
pretty
one
cool.
kiloton of C4. It's rolling after you guys are running, and you see there is some light above. It looks like he may be near the exit. You don't have time to stop and ask Crash you if this is the real exit of it. But Ocean, you actually have to pull your night vision goggles down, and Book, you can start seeing light in front of you. And you see there's like this T-junction that you can jump off to the side to get out of the way of this boulder. Ocean, you get there in time, but Book, you go sprawling out a good like 5 feet before, and the boulder is very close behind you. You get basically one thing you can try to do, Ocean, to help pull him in. If you do like nothing now, he's straight up getting completely smushed.
Okay.
Either way,
no.
both of you aren't in a great
Can
spot.
I stick my cane out towards the T so he could grab it and pull me in?
Yeah.
Okay, stick my cane out.
Yeah, but can I reach out that far? Because I was thinking about throwing a rope towards you and then just fishing you out.
You want to try to
Throwing you
lasso
fast.
him.
Grab the cane, you
I don't know if I
turd.
can lasso you. Okay, I grab the cane and pull him.
Okay, give me a try something challenging roll.
Okay, thank God. That's a 10 as well.
You grab and you pull him all the way up to that T-junction, but the boulder does.
Oh, wait, that's actually a 9.
Oh,
That changes things slightly.
Wait,
doesn't
let's
it?
spin a hold if you're cool with that.
I'm cool with spinning a hold. Okay. I'll spin it to make it a 10.
Okay.
I'll spin it to make it a 10.
okay, that makes it a full 10. So you get to him and you pull him back, but with how far he fell and how far you have to yank him,
Yep.
the boulder does clip the back of his legs
Yep.
as you're pulling him in, and you do take 2 armor piercing harm.
I'm going to spend a hold to take 1 less harm, I think.
Nice.
I think we're out of hold now.
Yep.
And you see Crashy points in the direction of the light, and you start hearing yelling and hollering deeper into the tunnels, like the Boxcar children have mobilized and is trying to find the fresh meat.
Nice.
It looks like you're pretty close to the end.
Woo. I love Indiana Jones.
Ocean turns to Crash and says, how much farther do we got?
Oh, not far, like a 10th of a mile.
Okay. New strategy. Let's make a bolt for it.
Run.
Okay. Last try something challenging.
Oh, God.
Okay, that's bad. That is a 6 for Ocean.
I rolled an 8.
Nice.
Can I help Ocean?
Please.
You can try to.
Okay. How I help Ocean is I turn on the butane lamp now that we're just going for speed so that we're fully illuminated.
Okay. Give me a help someone roll.
That is a 6 and a 4. That is a 10. Oh, plus 2. 12.
Oh, hell yeah. That doesn't change much besides me changing it to a full mixed success.
As you guys are running, Book, you pull out this butane lamp and shoots light forward, and you're able to see all the crags and crannies in front of you, and you're able to safely navigate them, jump over them. And Ocean, you almost stumble and fall bad, but you see it coming just in time. But you do kind of lose your feet for a second, but hop right back up and start running. But as you come up, you hear gun fire just smash against the wall next to you, and you are going to have to act under fire as someone is shooting upon you.
Okay, that's a 9.
A 9. Okay. You take, it would normally be 2 harm, but I think that goes down. Do you have 1 armor or 2 armor?
I temporarily had 2 at one point, but I know I have for sure 1.
Okay, then you take 1 harm as this bullet just hits like right in the back of your leg, but you're able to just grind through it and keep running. And you hear this hollering louder and louder behind you, but you take 1 last turn and you're bathed in light of this huge open chamber where you see dozens and dozens of these chaos cultists sitting around various burning barrels with their tents and their pallet beds and all sorts of things. And standing right in the middle with a huge staff and a long white beard is Papa Woody. And he looks at you right in your eyes, and I'm going to make you play a fun game again. Besides the 2 things I've described perfectly, his huge staff and his long white beard, he looks exactly like someone who on a first date would ask you what your favorite poet is. So you guys are going to have to describe that person for me, starting from the feet this time.
Somebody that would say, do you know those old Victorian pointy shoes?
Yes.
That's what I suspect somebody who would ask me my favorite poet would be wearing.
Okay, move slightly up.
Socks wise, they are wearing white socks with black script like weaving around it, and it says like all kinds of like stupid platitudes like the ones that you'd find in a middle-aged woman's kitchen.
Live, laugh, love.
Exactly.
God bless this mess.
Skin tight latex black pants.
Perfect.
Crop top that sawed half, it was cropped halfway through Van Gogh's Starry Night.
Just the beautiful top part.
Exactly. Just the starry.
He's wearing Prince's ascot.
Oh boy.
Where the glasses or hat.
Giant sunglasses. They're the pink heart-shaped sunglasses.
Wonderful. This is my new favorite character.
And I'm going to finish him off with a black trench coat.
That's lower than the sunglasses.
It's on top, though.
It goes over everything.
Fair. Can I have a hat?
You can finish with a hat then.
It's a wizard hat. It's just like Gandalf's hat.
I want you to draw this character, Brady.
I will.
He walks up to you with a smile in his eyes, but none on his face. And he puts a hand on Book's shoulder and he goes, "You look just like your father."
Oh, God.
Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Oops, All Apocalypses. Looking for a present that may get there in time for the holidays? You can check out our t-shirts and tumblers and all sorts of merch that's available if you go look at the link tree that's in this episode description. The music and editing was performed by Stu Masterson. Brady McDonough made the logo and art, and Jacob deciphers the ancient texts. Love you, bye. Book, what you doing inside Ocean's Place?
I'm petting my cat.
That's not what you're doing.
Look at how cute he is.
He's okay. I've seen better.
I doubt that. Oh, he wanted a kiss. I love you so much, little man. Hold on, I gotta somehow sit up without dislodging the cat. Or I need to dislodge the cat, which is also very possible.
Very strong option.
Okay, kitty cat, don't bite my headphones.